Hey, welcome to my asylum. It's Anissa, and today I kind of had a few products that I really wanted to play around with you guys. I've gotten a lot of people asking me about contouring. Now, one thing about contouring is when you contour, not everybody's face is the same shape. So there's different like tricks. So I'll post a little sheet with like all the different shapes because you know there's oval, heart shape, round. I'm more on like the round side, so I you know, it's a little different than like to follow my exact way, but it'll be a good way for you to kind of understand what you should be highlighting and what you should be contouring. I went to the Grammys about 2 weeks ago and I was super excited. I wanted to be a little bit more fancier. So I went to Sephora and I bribed my husband to allow me to buy some stuff. So I got some like Fenty stuff that I'm gonna try out today. I am gonna do, this video will be based on cream, but next time I will do a video just based on highlighting and contouring with powder. I am more of a highlight contouring person with cream. It just keeps my face looking more glowy for me, and it also like just, if you know, in the winter time sometimes your face is a little bit more drier. So for me, this is like something that kind of makes my face look fresh regardless of the temperature. Now there's some people who are too oily, and if they use cream and they sweat a lot tremendously around, especially in the T-zone, you'll see a lot of like melting away highlighter or concealer. But that should be able to be prevented somewhat depending on how oily you are. You can use like a setting powder or something. But anyways, so let's get to this. I already did my face, but I have here, I did a little time lapse, but I did my eyes and put my foundation on and all that good stuff. I figured the only thing I didn't do was my lower lashes. I didn't want to put mascara on them because I didn't want them to, when you're putting on the highlighter and stuff, I don't want it to like accidentally smear and then I have like green going across under my eye. So anyhow, so to get started, I always like to start with the contour. And the way that you would see that, the way you would do that is by, you look over here. So you go by where your ear, over here on the side of your ear, you kind of want to like put it at this angle. Some people have like a little curve right here, and that's exactly where you want to start. And when you start, you actually want to go a lot deeper in that area, especially with cream, because cream is, you want to be very careful with cream. You never want to put too much going towards the middle part of your face, because if you do, you will look like you have like poop or like chocolate smeared right here. It just will look like dirt smeared, you know. So just lightly, kind of just like that. And I always use, oops. So yeah, this is the Fenty Espresso stick, and it's like super cool. Like I'm like, yay! This is like, it's actually really good. But so I use a brush like this, like a very dense brush. This is the Morphe G30. I got this a while back, but I really like it. And when you're smearing it in, you always want to go upwards. You don't want to go down, because then you'll drag your cheek down. And that's why you start over here, so that you can kind of like blend it in your hair. Sometimes your hair will get in the way. I tried to put mine up, but it didn't really work. And so when you get to the middle, you want to kind of still blend it upwards towards this area of your face. Yeah, Rihanna has a lot of collection. She has so many different tones, like it's like ridiculous. And this was super cool. I was like, oh my goodness. It's a little bit pricey. It's more pricier than like normal, well, not like normal high-end makeup, but it's like that, like getting close to that like high-end price of makeup. Like I think each one of these sticks was like maybe $30. Yeah, so you're spending almost $100 on 2 things. So now that I did that part, I'm gonna take the Espresso again. And my face is like roundish oval, kind of. It's wanting to do both things. So it's like, well, and then it's like still kind of poofy. So I like to go to the temple and like lightly glide it. And this is for, you know, minimizing your forehead. If let's say, you know, you were blessed with more of a forehead, you kind of. And because this product is so like potent, that's what I call it, you could kind of drag it to the other side of the temple. Because this thing is like, sheesh, sheesh. So. And then you could even write it down, but not downwards. You just want to write it down towards the side of the temple. And then you could take your brush and kind of and it looks more like blended in. And then you do to one side as you do to the other. I normally do not contour my nose, but because I'm proud of my little wider nose, so I don't contour my nose, unfortunately. But what I'll give you a little guide. When you are trying to make your nose look a little bit more narrow, you want to start at the top part bridge of your nose, and I guess I can do it. You really want to be super light-handed with this, because you don't want to start looking dirty on the nose. And then kind of have to trace it to the sides of the nose, give it a little more chiseled look. I don't like it personally. I am proud of my nose, so I would slowly like dab my nose. I wouldn't go crazy, because you don't want the shadow to end up making your nose look either wider or like more narrow and you look like you drew your nose on. So and then you want to do what you did to one side to the next. So you want to start over here again, right by the beginning of the top of your ear, and you want to very gently, not too heavy, just draw the lines towards the curve that looks like you know, where you feel like there's like some type of depth. I'm still working on my weight, so mine is right there, so you want to kind of follow that. So you want to take the brush and you want to just flick the brush upwards towards the top of the cheek like this, but not down, because you don't want your face to drag. And you want to gently, again, like you were putting blush on, just move it upwards, kind of training your face. I'm just showing you step by step. Some people put it all on, and sometimes I do put like the whole, like, I feel like a native princess, like my face is all filled with like the mask. But I'm just trying to show you step by step with each one of them. So then after you feel 100% satisfied with the contour on this side of your face, you want to go up on the temple just a bit. You don't have to go too much since you shared some on the other side. I never go too much. I can't. I feel crazy if I, like, I'm not the type to go full mask, but I like to put makeup on. So you want to be in circular motion, kind of rub it in. Then, when you're done with that, I would put some in my, right over here. I would go, if you really want to go deep with it, to give, you don't want to put it under your chin where you look, you just want to kind of lightly just give a little shadow, but don't go crazy and put it like dark. You want to, this is another thing where it's like very light kind of thing. Okay, and now you want to start with your highlight. Mine, this was the Fenty, Rihanna's brand, and this is the French Vanilla. So it's like a more like a yellowish stuff. I wanted to see if it smells like something. It doesn't. So, and when you start with this, you want to start at the corner part of your eye since it's a stick. With this, you could go a little extra. You start at the side of your nose, and then you want to kind of trace your eye going upwards. It's kind of like highlighting this part of your face, like all of your cheekbone, just like that. You want to, I always do this, even though I don't contour my nose, I always put highlight on my nose. It's just something I always do. And then you want to also put some right here. This I do a little bit more like all over because I like it to kind of sit in my face for a bit before I actually start tapping it. I always, even though I have lipstick, I'm going to be super careful, but I always put some right there. Just so that the top of your lips will be more pronounced when I always put like glow on it. So I don't know if you guys like glow. I love glow, so I always put some on my chin. And I always put some right on my jaw. Make my little stems right here. I do the same thing to this side. Trace my eye up. You want everything going up. You're trying to train your face to go up. And then some right there. Kind of not too heavy. It's not really that heavy because I don't like apply too much, but I do a fair amount. And then I use my blender that I was using for my foundation. And I am gonna start over here. And so what I do is I always like, I don't know why, but I always touch my, ooh, I almost forgot one place. My brow bone. Okay. So then I use this, make sure it's nice and moist, but also make sure that you squeeze it out. And you just kind of tap it. Do not smear. That's the whole trick of this thing. Do not smear it. You almost want to And then carefully, if you have your makeup, your eye makeup done, just tap it, tap it. I'm gonna do the middle. Oh, let me actually spray some stuff. Okay, and so then in the middle. And if you see that line and you're like, no line, just kind of tap it above. It'll blend in nicely. No line. Then you're gonna take the other side, do the same thing to the other side. And if you feel like you look a little bit pale, don't worry, we're gonna put a little bit brown zone. That hit my lipstick a little bit. Okay. I don't know why I like the front of my chin to always glow. And then tap this downward. When you're done doing that, I'm gonna use I also got this Fenty setting powder. I've been wanting to try banana. I've always done translucent colors. And so this time I decided to go with something and be a little brave and get the banana. So I'm always wanting it to smell like something. So I'm gonna use my blender and I'm gonna dip it inside. And I'm gonna set it wherever I put the highlight. And I'm gonna let it bake for a few. And then I put it on my forehead. So this is gonna give me like that sun-kissed look, like a Barbie. The plus size Barbie. Okay. I just really wanted to bake right now, so sorry if I'm going a little extra. So, and then we have to dust it off. So I'm gonna use this Morphe E52 brush. This brush literally does not do nothing but dust off my face when I put setting powder on. I like it, it's firm, it's soft, like feels like velvet. And I just like the way that when it comes off my face. So we'll start with this side. And we'll dust off the forehead, the nose, going downwards. You want to go like lightly downwards. Start with the other side of the face. then you want to spray your face. So you want to look at it, right? It looks more like evened out. It doesn't look all like so I like to start with my highlighter first before my blush. So, well, my glow before my blush. I just call everything a highlighter because if it glows, I'm like highlighter. So I'm gonna use some spray. Dry myself real quick. Whew. Gosh, I always got dust on. So I also got the Fenty highlighter, which is called Mean Money and Hustle Baby. And I think one is more like, to me, one looks a lot more shimmery than the other. Like the other one looks pretty solid. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the solid one on first, which you wanna put it like right under your eye to give it that like effect. And then I'll show you. You wanna put it also on your cheek. When you smile, you want it to like shine. But let me do that first. So I'm gonna start with the Mean Money. Right under the eye, and I kind of use my fan brush. This is the Bdellium Tools 925. Give a little highlight. And then I'm gonna use the glimmer part, which is called Hustle Baby. And I like to go OD with the glow, so until I feel like I look wet on my face, I don't stop. It's almost there. That feels nice. And then I'm gonna also put some on my nose. Okay, I'm gonna take the Mean Money and highlight under my eye again on this side. I'm gonna put some, I didn't even put Mean Money on my nose. I should have. Then I'm gonna use the Hustle Baby. That looks pretty. I like to put some on my brow bone. And then I know that we put the contour on my forehead, but I like to put some right here just to focus on this part. This is the shiny part. So focus here, look over here, don't look up here. That's why I got bangs. No. Love who you are, Anissa. Okay. Then you want to put it right over here by the Cupid bow. I put some on the chin. I reapply on this side. And also over here. I like to always use my finger and really get a good one on my nose. And then I take my piece off. Whoop. My hair is ratchet today. I try to do something with my hair. I am back. Now the last step for me, which I like to do last, is I like to use this MAC. It's called Stubborn. And I like to put it right on the apples of my cheeks. This is the only color I ever use. just like the way it looks on my complexion. And there you have it. Sorry about the bangs. I'm going through that transition where my bangs are growing, but they kind of do what they want to do. But anyhow, I hope you enjoyed it. And if you can like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. I have a lot of cool little face that I've done in the past that I'm starting to get back into. So yeah, follow me. So on the 10th, I'll be announcing something that I may have used throughout my YouTube videos, and to give away to one person, you know, who likes, subscribes, shares, shows the love. So yeah, just like, subscribe, and if you want to see another look, comment. Also, all the products that I use will be listed down below, and I will definitely, if anyone has an idea for me to do, I will definitely try to get to it as soon as possible. But in the meantime, I will see you guys all later, and so just stay healthy and keep dreaming. Until next time, guys. Bye.